Hey guys, it's Angie. So as you can see by today's setup, we're going to be doing like a little podcasty video. I have my trusty handbook with me. My trusty notebook with me. I have a few topics that I want to be talking about today. Let me get comfortable. As you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about how I spent years of my life people pleasing and how I feel like it made me lose myself as a person. So the first thing I want to talk about is really what the cost is for people pleasing. My experience with people pleasing, I feel like, goes all the way back to elementary school, maybe like the verge of middle school, but like the earliest I can remember is elementary school. Obviously, I'm still so like young and like fresh to the point where it's like I don't really have an identity quite yet, but like I still knew what I liked. I still knew what I liked to do. Honestly, if you ask me now what I used to like to do back in the day, especially around that time, I cannot recall. I just know at the time I knew what I liked. Then friends came down the line and I started to notice that I would change what I liked, what I would like to do, what I would like to play, listen to, wear, talk, like everything. And I feel like since then, once that really like changed me and altered my brain chemistry, I guess, it's been the same since with every person. Became very close to. I feel like I did this because I wanted to fit in, which I feel like a lot of people do. I know fitting in can be really hard and be something that really like takes control over your mind, especially at like a very young age and just growing up in general. So people just like to, I guess, do their best to fit in with everybody and make everybody happy, but unfortunately, you can't make everybody happy. I just want you guys to know that you are not the only ones who feel like this. A lot of people feel like this. Before getting more deep into our topics, I just want to let you guys know that this video is more of a emphasis video about wanting to reclaim yourself as a person and reclaim your authenticity. Let's get into our second topic now, which is following your friends. Losing yourself to expectations, basically. Some personal stories that I have or examples that I can share of me following my friends. I would say when I was younger, I used to really like girly things. Like obviously I'm a girl, very like, dressy, skirtsy kind of girl. I was very girly girl. But then once I came around a certain type of people and became friends with certain type of people, that really like they were the opposite of that. And at the time they could have been okay with how I was and just liked me for the person that I am. For some reason I felt the need to alter myself into a product of what they are so they would like me, or just so I feel like I fit in with the crowd that I was around. So that is probably one of my earliest experiences I can remember of me following my friends. Obviously, growing up, every friend group that I've bounced between, I feel like I've done a little of following in a sense, not to the point where I feel like I was a copy-paste version. It was more so like the aesthetics and just like wanting this person or these people to, I guess, know that I can hang. That's the only way I feel like I can put it. I don't know how else to say it. Just so that they know like, hey, I'm cool, I can hang out. Look at the way that I present myself, I guess, right? I feel like there's been many times in my life where I've ignored what I've wanted and gone with somebody else's advice or whatever, opinions, whatever, just so that they're happy, I guess. I don't know why I would want them to be happy in a decision that included myself, but we've all been there, we've all done that. But yeah, an example for that I can say is as simple as me getting a haircut. As simple as that, I would be like, I don't know, do I want to cut my bangs again? Should I cut my bangs? What kind of bangs should I cut? Should they be straight across? Should they be side bangs? Should they be curtain bangs? Obviously, it's okay to ask for second, third, fourth, fifth opinions from other people, but solely you should do what you want to do. But I was the kind of person that would be like, I need someone else to tell me what to do or what will look good on me and stuff like that. So I would be like, hey, what haircut should I do? Should I get this one or this one? And they would pick this one, but deep down I really want this one, but because they said this one would look better on me, I go with this one. Right. Let's not do that anymore. Let me just say that we do not do that anymore over here. Especially, I feel like you need to be able to recognize what will make you happy, not the other person. And I get it, people pleasing is really hard to get over, but again, you have to realize you can't make everybody happy at the end of the day. You have to make yourself happy. I feel like doing this as well creates like a lot of internal conflicts. You kind of start to feel like you don't really know yourself, and then that's when you start to have midlife crisis at the age of 22 and 23, very early on. And it just creates more just emotional exhaustion, honestly. It's like, I don't know what to put on my body. I don't know what to do with myself anymore. I don't know what kind of makeup I should be wearing. What is everybody else wearing? What do I think? Ignoring what you really want is really just, I feel like, the start of it all. When you start to just, I guess, put other people's opinions and like thoughts above yours. Let's not do that, okay? Another thing that I want to talk about is becoming a product of the people you surround yourself with. I know what I'm talking about when I talk about this subject, because I used to be a product of the people I surrounded myself with, okay? Don't take any of this personally, okay? If you do, maybe that's just a sign that you need to like start, doing your own things for yourself. I don't know, but yeah, becoming a product of your surroundings, I feel like, is a very common thing nowadays. I've seen it a lot. I've done it. It's really sad to see the people you surround yourself with really like have effect on the way you think, you shape your opinions, your thoughts about things, like your behaviors, everything. You may not notice it now, but it's true. People you surround yourself with do impact you. And I just feel like a lot of people nowadays don't realize that and don't catch on to it. A lot of people are not self-aware, and it's really sad to see, because with that comes with, destruction of other relationships, other friendships, other things, because it's like, from an outside perspective looking in, we know, or they know, like whoever we are talking about, the outside perspective knows and can visually see that this person is not being a reflection of themselves. They are being a reflection of the people that they surround themselves with. I think it's very important to know what group of friends are very healthy for you and like give a healthy influence on you, than to the friend group that makes you really lose yourself and like identity, as one would say, because that really does affect you and will affect you later on in life. Some moments where I feel like I was losing myself and realized that I wasn't really acting like myself would probably be either, I think it was my junior or senior year of high school. I don't really remember, but it was one of those years, that's when you start thinking about college, looking into programs and taking tours and all that stuff. And for a while, I never thought I would be a person that would be going to college, just because I'm not really big on like school, and I was just trying to save my mom money. I didn't think we'd be able to ever afford college, so I never really looked into it for myself. It was more for my mom. But during that time, I do remember having a friend. I had a couple friends around me who were, taking SATs, doing all the preps, doing everything for college and stuff like that. But I had a friend that was taking tours and stuff like that and brought me along. So at the time, I was just like so amazed. I was like, wow, like this could be really cool. This could be really fun. Like going to college, being a college girl with my friends, this and that, right? Looking back at that now, that wasn't me. Like, I never saw myself as like to be a college girl who in like a sorority house and plays bingo on the outside area. I feel like when I was brought into that kind of environment as a way to like show you what it's like, I was like, this isn't what I thought it would be. When you're younger and when you're watching movies and TV shows and you see people in college drinking, having fun, this and that. At the time, I know it looks fun, all the parties and schooling looks so hard and all of that. But then it's like when you're really in the environment, you realize how corny it actually is. Why are we 21, 22, 23-year-olds partying in somebody's basement? Why am I dressing up really, really cute to go to a frat house when everybody else shows up in jeans and a t-shirt? Like, no shade, but it's like, that's not my crowd, I guess. And I'm glad, like, I never went with that expectation and then being so utterly disappointed of what it actually is. I've only looked at colleges in my state, so that's why I feel like my expectation was like really high and the colleges that are here aren't all that, So, I mean, if I went to a college somewhere else out of state, maybe my expectations would have been met. Who knows? But that's just from my experience of the colleges that I've went to and like toured and, experienced their nightlife and frat parties and all that stuff. They were all just so freaking corny. I'm glad again that I never went because I know that's not me. I know that's not what I was brought here to do. I wasn't even to like shade the people who go to college or anything like that. It's just that's not my environment. And to try, I guess, like bring that around me and me try to force myself into it to be like, oh yeah, like I want to do this too. I want to be frat party girls and doing all this stuff and failing my classes. No, but like, I just don't, that was never interesting to me. I've always wanted to just travel the world, be a big person in media and like just be somebody out there instead of, that was just an example, I guess, of me just like losing myself and realizing that I wasn't acting like myself, because it's like, why am I trying to force myself to be a college girl when I'm most definitely not a college girl? Right? People pleasing, trying to follow your friends. Let's not do that, because at the end of the day, they will not be there for you, okay? They will not be there for you. They will not go to school if you don't get in. They will not wait for you once they graduate and you're still here working. Like, they're not gonna be there when you... Right, okay? So let's not follow our friends, guys. Our next topic is basically the wake-up call. Realizing I was not happy. When I feel like the people that I surrounded myself with at the time did not really fuck with me. If I'm just gonna be 100% right now, I felt like nobody fucked with me the way that they used to, And I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but we're gonna go back to the people you surround yourself with. It does have an impact on you, and it will have an impact you, like I said, down the line, because if a certain individual is surrounding themselves with other certain individuals, and this certain individual is not surrounded by those kinds of certain individuals, or that individual that connects the two, as often as this individual is with these individuals, I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. It creates conflict. It really does, because this individual over here is changing, okay? Which is normal, okay? It's normal to change, obviously. Change is normal, but when this one over here is changing and this one over here is, let's say, I don't want to even say like at a pause, but just like they don't have other individuals to surround themselves with, right? Okay, this individual over here is changing without realizing how it's affecting this individual. And then this individual becomes distant all of a sudden. Why is that? Because when these two individuals were just these two individuals at first, there was no issue. They did not surround themselves with other people that, I guess, affected their individualness together, but once an individual, and the other one is still here, all of a sudden this one is changing and is not there for this one at the end of the day, right? Okay. The people that you surround yourself with have an effect on you and the people over here. And it's really hard to be this individual when this individual is completely unaware of their wrongs. So let's not be that person. Some turning points where I realized I was unhappy living for others was definitely very recently, honestly. I feel like everything I did was like sort of watched in a way, and I feel like everything I did or said or whatever had certain people's eyes on it. I felt like wasn't actually me, and I was just doing and saying things that would make this person want to interact, which is kind of embarrassing to admit right now, because it's like at this point in life I really don't even like reach out to people as much anymore. It's like, if you don't reach out to me, I'm not going to reach out to you. So the people who do take the time and energy a day to come in contact with me, I obviously reach out back with all my love. Felt like I was always being watched. I always felt like everything I had an opinion on, somebody else had their opinion on, which is okay, but it's like, as somebody who's like in my close circle have the opposite opinion of me, which again is okay, but in like certain aspects it kind of like, it obviously affects the person. It was just weird. Like, I just felt like energies were just weird, nothing was like progressing. I feel like in my point of life, I guess, because of this weird energy being around me, not even like around me, which is the crazy part, but just being, it really like took away my spark. And I feel like I didn't know who I was. I didn't know if I could be who I wanted to be and just express that without these eyes and opinions of other people that I cared about have that affect me. So that's when I started to realize that I really don't think I need these people anymore in my life, which is sad to admit, but it's okay to change. That's life, The emotions that came with this and was just obviously all confusing, because it's like, when you think you're really close-knit with somebody and you think like, oh, this is going to be forever, not even talking about like relationships with a partner, or I'm just saying like friends, anybody, family, whatever it could be, somebody you're just really, really close with, and thinking that they're gonna be there with you all the way to the finish line, for that to like change without like the process of it all, without realizing it was happening, without any of that, it hurts. It's really sad, but I feel like it's what's needed. You know what they say, change is uncomfortable. You're gonna have to be uncomfortable sometimes, so it is what it is, I guess. What I do want you to ask yourself is, with the people that you surround yourself with now, do they let you feel like you can 100% authentically be yourself? And if so, those are the people that are going to be staying with you and riding for you and working it out with you all throughout. Like, genuinely, those people who sit there and be like, fuck what everybody else thinks, fuck if it makes them upset, fuck if it makes them uncomfortable, whatever you want to do is what you're gonna have to do. Those are your genuine friends, not the people that are like, they'd be like, oh, that's a really cool idea, but how do you think people are gonna react to it? Or, yes, you should do it, but it's something completely stupid. Like, there's people out there who have secret, like, animosity and, want you and encourage you to do stupid stuff to make yourself look bad. My next topic is called healing and finding yourself again. So some steps that I took to recover and embrace myself are setting boundaries, spending more time alone, and exploring personal interests. I guess isolating myself, which is a bad thing that I do, a red flag that I have, and I am very self-aware. I'm always self-aware of the things that I do, say, and like stuff like that. It's just sometimes it gets the better of me and I'll like crash out anyway, but like after I'm just like, damn, that was unnecessary, but whatever. I am very self-aware. That is something you gotta put there. I gotta put on there. But with like isolating myself recently, I feel like it has been nothing but the better for me, honestly, because I feel like now I can do things, I can say things, I can like wear things, I can whatever, without feeling like I need the opinions of other people. I isolate myself as a way of like, I don't talk to anybody, I don't go out to see anybody, I don't make the efforts to like, interact with anybody, and I'm just doing whatever I want to do. And whether that be play my video games, coloring, watching a movie that I've never seen, stuff like that. It's really helped me, and I enjoy my alone time now. Before, I used to always be so lonely, and it would drive me absolutely fucking crazy, because I'm always thinking like, I wish I always had somebody to talk to. I always wish I had somebody to discuss things and, whatever. But like now I feel like my alone time is something that I crave more than interactions with people. And it's also very much eye-opening as well, because it's like once you have the time to sit and reflect on everything that you've done and like, the way you reacted to things, the decisions you've made in life, once you start to sit and like reflect on them, you start to think and realize that if this situation were to ever come up again, you would now know how to handle it in a better sense instead of just crashing out right away. I feel like my alone time has helped me with that, and I feel like I can distinguish the people who aren't good for me with the people who are good for me. You're able to set boundaries for new people who are coming into your life instead of being so open and honest with them so quickly, craving that friendship. You're just like, oh my god, let's just be best friends, like we're besties, I love you, da da da, which I feel like a lot of girls do feel comfort from that in a way, which I get because I am the same way. But it's like, for your real people you really, really want in your life and to be your friends, like, how to set those boundaries. Be like, hey, I don't like this kind of treatment. If you treat me this way, we're not going to be friends anymore. Instead of being like, oh, this person treats me a certain way, I'm gonna just let them do that, like just let it slide. Or even if you do try to address it, you stay friends with them even after they continuously do say or whatever something that you said that you don't like. That's another thing, letting just people slide with what you wouldn't tolerate. Come on. Other thing is like how I learned to embrace my authenticity. I feel like I'm still going through the process of trying to fully embrace my authenticity. Oh my god. I'm still trying to embrace my authenticity fully, but I feel like I've come a long way, and I feel a lot more comfortable with embracing who I really am, what I really like, and stuff like that. And it's like, once I come around people who, let's say, don't like the things that I like, I know those aren't the people that I should be surrounding myself with. And then also the people who are just like lost, I guess, in that sense of authenticity, I know those aren't the kind of people I want to surround myself as well. It's taking me to lose certain people in my life to be able to come to this realization of, I deserve more, I'm not a bad person, and who I am as a person means a lot more than I anticipated. So, and it's okay to be who I am instead of being the person other people want me to be. It's very important to surround yourself with people who really support you and uplift you. It's so much easier when you have an actual support system of friends and family around you instead of those weird people who are just like, oh yeah, like you can do it, but then deep in their heart and minds it's like, oh, I already know what kind of person they are, and I've already seen how comfortable they are in the situation that they are in, that they're not going to progress later on or whatever. So it's like, I'm going to encourage them, but I know they're not going to go anywhere. Those kinds of people exist, unfortunately, and they do hide. Okay, so you have to be very careful. Animosity lives in friends, lives in family members, lives in everybody, just a little bit, and you just have to be really careful with those people, because they can take a real big turn on you and your mental. Yeah, I think finding those forever friends, especially in your 20s, in your early 20s, I feel like the friends that you make are very, very important, compared to like any friends you made in high school, middle school, elementary school, like those people, only because we've all already been through a certain amount of life and have these like life experiences, that it's like once we come together, we're all just in full support of each other and know how to treat each other with kindness, respect, and be able to feel seen. I have a friend group that makes me feel very seen, very heard, very caring, and that they love me. I feel very just like happy to be in their presence and happy that I've met them in life, and I just appreciate people who are like that. They just want to see you win genuinely, and I just want to let you know that it is okay to be you. You don't need to be liked by everyone to feel worthy, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, okay? Everybody should know this. You cannot make everybody happy. Not everybody is going to like you. Not everybody's going to like the way you speak, the way you talk, the way you present yourself, what you wear, how you dance, how you write, how you decision make. No, not everybody is going to be happy with you, okay? Not the way that you think, nothing. All right? You cannot please everybody. There is always going to be somebody out there preying on your downfall. Okay. Unfortunately. So, you're going to have to be able to overcome that fear of not being liked. I'm sorry, but you really are. You're going to have to get over that fear, because that fear makes you kind of hide yourself. It makes you not want to branch out. It makes you not want to be your full, authentic self. It makes you not want you to come up 100% all the time for things, Again, it makes you feel like you're not being yourself fully, and it's just not worth it. I think being able to be your full 100% authentic self is so much more worthy than being somebody that somebody else wants you to be, okay? Listen to your intuition. Do things that make you happy, okay? It doesn't matter if it's reading a book, going traveling, spending money. It doesn't matter what it is. Just as long as it makes you happy, go and do it, okay? Just go and do it. Please that inner child, please that inner teenager. Go do whatever you need to do that makes you happy, okay? Do not worry about what other people are thinking about. Don't, because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. What are their opinions and thoughts gonna affect you, really? Like, oh, you don't like the way that I'm dressed? Okay. For you to be the only one there, best dressed? Please. Other people's thoughts and opinions it's not you, okay? Their thoughts and opinions are theirs, it's not yours, okay? Just embrace your individuality. A lot of big words. Individuality. Just be yourself. Please don't let other people, again, push you around, Step outside of your comfort zone. You're not going to get anywhere if you were staying comfortable. That is a big thing. Change is uncomfortable. You have to change. You have to be uncomfortable to be able to change, okay? So just be yourself, ignore what other people are saying. Do what you got to do. just be happy, okay? You live one life, okay? Don't let everybody else dictate what you do, say, whatever. It's your life, not theirs. I just want to end on that and just say one more thing. Be spiritual, be happy, be positive, love yourself, love the people around you who love you, reciprocate that love, and just live your life to the fullest, honestly. Don't let other people bring you down. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really liked making it this kind of like podcasty thing. Very comfortable. I've wanted to do like a podcast kind of video for a while, but never found the time to just do this. Yeah, let me know if you guys liked the video. Let me know if you enjoyed the message, if you want more of stuff like this. I've been very in tune with my spirituality and just being very like I'm at peace. There's no other words to say it. I am so at peace that nobody, and I mean nobody, can disturb my peace. They can't. I won't let them. I hope you have a good day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Go hit me up on Instagram. And I just want to say I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.